I've been doing quite a lot of Tillig rolling stock recently in HOE and HOM scale and also some TT scale stuff, but this is a locomotive that we're going to have a look at today. It's in one of their older boxes and it's looking a bit bashed as well. And if you look on this part of the box, it actually says it's 12mm, or that would be TT120 here in the UK, but it isn't actually that scale, it's HOE scale, so it should run on N scale track. This one is number 02997 and it's a steam locomotive BR99 with the number 4502, and it's from the Deutsche Reichsbahn in Era 3. It's a little narrow gauge steam locomotive, like a mountain railway one, and I'm quite looking forward to checking this out, so let's get this out of the box and we'll have a look. So this model has come with this instruction sheet and it gives some history of the locomotive. It also looks as though they made a number of different versions of this, so possibly just different numbering. So basically this locomotive was built by a company called Hohenzollern, I think that's how you pronounce it, in 1897 for the Bahn, which is a narrow gauge, I guess, mountain railway, and unfortunately it's no longer in existence and all these steam locomotives have been scrapped apart from one of them. The only one which was preserved was 995703, and that stands today at the Lübbenau Spreewald Museum. I'm probably butchering this German, so apologies about that. Down here it does show that there should be 2 sprues with extra pieces, which we unfortunately don't have in this model. It is a second-hand model, obviously, but these pieces have gone AWOL. I might have to contact Tillig and see if I can get them. And on the back here we have a parts list showing all the pieces that make up this model. This one doesn't have any lighting. I think that's what this is saying up here. So we shouldn't expect any LEDs anyway. And here is the little tank engine. What a lovely little tiny thing it is as well. Let's have a closer look at this. So this model is certainly teeny tiny, and unfortunately it does suffer a little bit from it being a little bit too plasticky, I think. The black is a nice matte colour, and so is the red, but I think the red does look a little bit like it's just made of plastic, and the valve gear is a little bit crude as well, I think. It is very, very small though, and there's a lot of it, as you can see on this little 060, but it has resulted in a model which kind of looks a bit like a plastic toy, unfortunately. Maybe a spray of matte varnish might help this model. But here at the front we've got a lovely little smoke box door with the number very clear on it, and we have the lights. As I said, no LEDs on this one, it's just little white dots. There's no buffers on here, but we do have this kind of hook coupling hanging out the front, and this really characterful chimney looks really good. The boiler does have some stuff moulded into it, and we have these parts on the top, and you can see there's a couple of holes out here on the top of the cab and one just there on the boiler, which was for the extra pieces that we saw in the sprues which are missing on this model. I like how we've got coal on just one side here. The printing on the side of the cab is absolutely superb. It's very clear and well done. You can see the number in the Deutsche Reichsbahn, no problem at all. If I just tilt it this way though, you can see inside the cab we just have the motor in there, so there's no interior cab detail. We do have flush fit glazing all round, which is quite good. And at the back again we have the number and some more flush fit glazing. I love these little hoods over the windows, they look really cool. And some rivet detail on the buffer beam. Another hole for an extra piece to be put in here, and we also have another hook coupling as well. So apparently some of the parts on the sprue did actually go here underneath the cab, so they're missing as well, so you would be extra pieces there too. And the wheels, we've got plastic inserts and metal obviously on the outside, which are quite dulled as well. And there's a lot of valve gear here. The pistons here look pretty good, extra pieces have been put on, a nice little moulding that. And overall this is a really cute little tank engine. It's got bags of character and it looks fantastic. So I think we should put this on a piece of track and see if it actually runs. So this is just a piece of Pico, or is it Pecco Flexi track. I've had this for ages, so it's a bit battered, but it'll do for a little bit of a test. And I'm using my H&M controller on 12 volts DC to give it some power. So let's see what happens. Well, there was no problems there, and the little loco just ran perfectly as well. It's really quite nicely geared, it goes along at a nice slow speed, but it can pick up pace if it needs to, which is quite funny, but you'd probably run this at quite a slow pace anyway. Well, I think it's time to put it on the scales and see how much this weighs. So this little model comes in at 74 grams. So Tillig's rendition of this BR99 narrow gauge locomotive is quite a cute little thing, and it looks really cool and it runs really great as well. However, I don't think this is the best rendition of a narrow gauge steam locomotive. I've seen much better. I've even reviewed them on this channel from the likes of Rocco. It does have a few shortcomings, I think, in that it looks a little bit plasticky here and there. And the valve gear, I'm not quite sure of either. It looks a little bit too kind of like it's made of tinfoil or something. It's just something not quite right about it, but I think it would definitely benefit from being dulled down. Maybe just with a little bit of black ink might help it, make it look a bit more kind of gunmetal and not so shiny, and that would probably help quite a lot. The fact that it doesn't have an interior in the cab is a bit of a shame, but you could put a figure in there quite easily, and that would block out the rest of the cab and it would be fine, especially if he was leaning out the cab window or something like that. So it's an easy fix, and I think it would really enhance this model. What did impress me though was that it just ran perfectly on the track. It had no problems at all. This particular model doesn't look as though it's been used much, so it's to be expected that it would be fine on the track, and maybe that wouldn't be the case with a well-used one. But it's an interesting model, and it's something a bit different, and if you're into narrow gauge railways, especially the Deutsche Reichsbahn, this might be an interesting model to add to your collection. So I've got mixed feelings about this. I kind of like it, but there's bits of it I kind of don't, so not quite sure. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. I'll put this on the turntable so you can see all the way around, and in a moment another video will appear. Just click on that and I'll see you there. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, in tiny worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, in tiny worlds, choo choo.